Oh yeah, here we go. Another day, another video. And today we're taking a look at... Wait, what's that? It's a letter. Alright, let's take a look.
Dear Ash, I'm sorry I made things weird last episode. To make up for it, I found some videos that I think you might like. Please watch them, and once you have, I hope you'll be able to find it in your heart to forgive me.
Oh, for Christ's sake. You know what? No, I can't. I can't because it's Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's Valentine's Day and I have a date. Screw you guys, it could happen. Alright, fine, you got me. I don't have a date. So, since I don't have anything better to do this Valentine's Day, I might as well just sit here and watch whatever Kermit found for me. But you have to promise it won't get weird, okay? Okay, good, we agree then. So, what you got?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Muppets Valentine Show.
Oh, god damn it, Kermit! So, if you spent any amount of time whatsoever on my channel, you'll know that I love the Muppets. And apparently they love me a little bit too much. But that doesn't mean that there isn't plenty of Muppet content out there that I've never seen. And that includes the Muppet Valentine Show. You might think that this is some kind of special episode made at the height of the show's popularity, but no! This is actually one of the two pilots that were made when Jim Henson and crew were trying to sell the show originally. In fact, it was produced in 1974, about a year before the other, more famous Muppet Show pilot titled Sex and Violence was made. Yes, you heard and read that title correctly. Sex and Violence. You see, back when Jim Henson was pitching the Muppet Show, he wanted to do it in order to prove that he and his puppets could do more than just entertain young children on Sesame Street. And he knew that if he were to sell a puppet show marketed to adults, he had to make it very clear right in the title that he wasn't fucking around. By implying that his puppets were. Either way, I have no better way to spend my Valentine's Day, so why don't we lean back and enjoy as a bunch of felt puppets try to teach us about love. For the most part, the Muppet Valentine Show is a lot like a regular Muppet Show episode in that it consists of a series of sketches and has a famous guest star. In this case, the guest star is Mia Farrow, who music lovers may know as one of Frank Sinatra's wives and an accomplished singer in her own right, and who starred in famous highly regarded movies such as The Great Gatsby and Rosemary's Baby. See? I can be finely cultured. Finely cultured as fuck! A lot of it is very different from the eventual show though. The set is completely different and most of the puppets we know aren't there yet aside from Kermit. Instead, the cast is packed with now mildly obscure Muppets such as Mildred, George the Janitor, Rufus the Dog, and Droop. Kermit isn't even the show's host. It's actually this guy named Wally, who is quite literally writing the script on the fly.
Now, what can I say about love?
Don't look at me. I never touch this stuff. And it never touches me.
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely.
Oh, and there's also this weird old man puppet that chimes in.
Well, let me tell you youngsters about hugging and kissing. With age comes wisdom. And with wisdom comes grace.
What about Grace?
Huh? She was great at hugging and kissing. Come here, Grace.
My name's Mildred.
That's close enough.
Oh,
And with creepy comments like that come sex offender registrations.
We're not here to start no trouble. We're legally required to do the sex offender shovel.
The very first sketch is actually a Kermit sketch, as he sings the old folk song Froggy Winter Courtin'.
Froggy went a courtin' and he did fly.
And hey, check it out, Kermit on a bike! A whole 5 years before the Muppet movie to boot. Anyway, it's basically all about him hitting on Miss Mousy, only to find out that a way bigger red puppet is also courting her, which leads to a fight.
Little does he know that I never missed an episode of Kung Fu.
Ah yes, I too like to take all my self-defense lessons from David Carradine. The fight goes on for a while, and eventually they do what they should have done from the start and just ask Miss Mousy who she wants. Which is obviously none of them.
Unlike this other guy and his bike.
Oh my god! I love the ending of this sketch so much, you have no idea. I mean, it's not even like it's a super original punchline or anything. I just love the casual way that Droop comes driving in out of nowhere like that. Watch out, bitches! Here comes Mr. Steal Your Girl! The ladies love themselves a floppy, hairy honker. Or, well, I mean, so I'm told. Next up is Mia Farrow entering the scene, and everyone being all excited to meet her. Particularly Mildred, who she has a little woman-to-woman talk with.
Tell me, Mia, how many children do you have?
3. Now, there's a new one due in March.
Oh, how precious. Well, some girls have all the luck.
Takes a little more than luck, Mildred.
That's right, making babies takes just a little bit of luck and a whole lot of fun! She eventually ends up singing a cute little song called Real Life Girl, along with Throg. There's not much to say about this number really, except that I always liked Throg and his doofy ears. What can I say, the dude is lovable. Next up we have Mia Farrow talking about how she'd love to get a dog sometime, with Rufus trying to convince her to adopt him, by comically taking all her dog suggestions literally.
On the other hand, it might be fun to have a show dog. You know, the kind you enter in dog shows. Yes? No, Rufus, not a show business dog.
But I thought there was no business like show business.
Like no business I know.
I guess I don't want a dog at all. Unless I could have a dog like you. Yeah, just like you.
Alright, I don't care what anybody says. That shit is cute. Less cute is Mia spending the next few minutes of the special singing Believe Me If All Those Endearing Young Charms. It's not a bad song and Mia is a great performer and everything, but this part is kinda boring. Things get a lot more fun when Kermit takes the stage again, and we get the first instance of a classic Muppet sketch. That is the Koosbanian mating ritual, where Kermit comments on the mating dance of 2 goofy-ass alien puppets.
We're waiting now for the male Koosbanian creature to make the first move. Hark, that may be him now.
Wang, 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 wang. Yeah, big whoop. I have one of those too, you know. Quit bragging. Wonk, wonk.
Now that's the wonk-wonk signal to the female creature. Let's see if she makes the traditional response. Yep, that's the traditional response to the wonk-wonk.
Yep, that's pretty much the reaction I usually get when I try to mate.
Lonely.
Well, there you have it, friends. Once again, love comes to Koosbane.
Really? You're gonna make me do an explosive breeder joke 2 videos in a row? I don't mean to just gloss over the episode like this, but to be perfectly frank, the rest of it isn't all that interesting. There's a bit about George loving nobody but his mop, and when Mia starts to leave, Kermit keeps getting cheated out of a goodbye kiss by this dirty old man here. That's about it, really. All in all, Muppets Valentine show is definitely a fun way to spend 30 minutes or so, but, yeah, I can definitely see why this is not the pilot that sold the show. Now don't get me wrong here, the puppetry is excellent as always, Mia is delightful, and it is pretty funny. But the main problem is that this cast of characters just aren't that interesting on their own, which I suspect is why they mostly had background roles in the show proper, and sort of faded away over time. There's a reason all the best parts are the Kermit bits. He just has more presence as a character, and was already well established at this point. The others? Not so much. I think my favorite of the bunch is Droop, and he doesn't even get a number or a bit to himself. I just love his look, and I love how he has this air of some kind of proto-gonzo with a little bit of Eeyore thrown in for good measure. I would honestly have loved to see him used more, but oh well. Well, that and I'm afraid if I don't call him my favorite, he'll steal my girlfriend too. You know, the girlfriend I don't have.
Lonely.
Alright, Kermit, I watched your weird-ass video, now can I please go? Wait, what's happening? What's happening? Wait, there's more? Oh, Lord! Okay, so most of you that follow this channel usually know your cartoons, so I'm sure you're all aware of the Muppet Babies. But for those that aren't, here's a little history lesson. You see, way back in the 1980s, secret government employees dug up famous guys and ladies and made them using genetic Wait, nope, sorry, let me start over. In the third Muppet feature film, The Muppets Take Manhattan, Miss Piggy has a scene where she imagines what it would have been like if all the Muppets grew up in a nursery together. This leads to a hilarious 50s parody musical number called I'm Gonna Always Love You. It's completely random, has absolutely no relevance to anything, and is gone as quickly as it arrives. And it is probably one of the best scenes in an already great movie. And someone else on set must have thought so too, because it only took a couple months after the movie's release for a cartoon called Muppet Babies to make its way to TV. The show was a massive success. Enough to last a mind-blowing 8 seasons and launch a whole side franchise of children's books. And it's basically what caused the rise in popularity of the now dreaded baby spin-off subgenre of cartoons. You know, stuff like Tom and Jerry Kids, A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, Flintstone Kids, and freaking baby Looney Tunes. That kind of junk. That said though, Muppet Babies is still considered a bit of a classic and is fondly remembered by many. Enough that it even got a revival in 2018. And just like any cartoon that lasts as long as this one did, it eventually got a Valentine's Day episode. Because that's what I want to think about when I think Valentines. The rarely properly planned for, loud, constantly pooping high maintenance byproduct of a commercially driven night of passion. Also, take a wild guess what date this episode originally aired. It aired on Halloween 1987. Something about that is just hysterical. Now I'm gonna be completely straight with you guys. I did not grow up with this show. It came out a little bit before my time, and I was never a fan of the spin-off babies thing, so yeah, I have no nostalgic connection to this thing whatsoever. But, well, let's see what it has to offer. So basically, the episode begins with all the Muppet babies in the nursery making Valentine's cards.
I can't wait until tomorrow. I bet I get Valentines from all my favorite movie stars.
Me too, like Eddie Murphy and Whoopi Goldberg.
Woof. Wait, hold on. When did this episode air again? 1987? Oh, okay, so you still got a couple good ones left. But, he ain't gonna be one of your favorites in a few years, buddy. I'm not sure his comedy is age appropriate, though.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Aw, that's nothing! I'm gonna get Valentines from Max Headroom, Godzilla, and the swamp creature from the planet Rutabaga!
Wow, okay, now I kind of want a Valentines from Godzilla.
Oh, thank you, Godzilla.
Really, we're kind of just subjected to a few minutes of random shenanigans. Gonzo starts reading a silly Valentine's poem for baby Piggy, and since the show focused a lot on the kids' imaginations, all of his weird descriptions become real for a second, which causes everyone to turn each other into all sorts of wacky things just by saying it. And that eventually culminates in...
You're a green pickle on a red tricycle!
Hey!
Turns himself into a pickle. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Send tweet. There we go. That ought to get me some laughs back in early 2020.
Pickle? Tickle!
Animal? No! This is a show about babies. Do not tickle that pickle! Also, am I the only one who just hates baby animals' design? I don't know, there's just something disturbing about that pink, hairy, perfectly round face that freaks me out. Anyway, Nanny finally comes in to check on them and spends a moment teaching them about Valentine's Day, as well as Cupid now that she's at it.
Why, that's Cupid, Gonzo. He's the god of love in Roman mythology.
And when you're a little older, I'll teach you all about back when the Greeks called him Eros and what that word means.
Pickle? Tickle!
Or maybe you already know. Also, Gonzo's reaction to hearing about Cupid's arrow is to immediately try to build an arrow himself to shoot Piggy with. I guess the soccer moms were right, these cartoons do lead to violence. But we can't have a story without a conflict. So when Nanny hands out Valentine's cookies with the babies' faces on them, it turns out there isn't one for Ralph, which obviously makes him sad. The other babies decide to make a surprise gift to cheer him up, but in order to not spoil that surprise, they inadvertently end up pushing him away every time he wants to play, which only makes him sadder. And once they notice that and try to make amends, he starts ignoring them. It's a whole mess.
What happened, Fozzie? Ralph went into the closet to think about my joke. He'll probably come out when he thinks it's funny.
Gosh, we'll never see him again.
Yep, that's pretty much exactly the reaction I get whenever I tell a joke on this show. Turns out, however, that it's all a big misunderstanding. Ralph wasn't offended, he was actually writing a song for the other babies called You're Special to Me. Man, I don't know, maybe I'm just turning into an old sap, but I can't deny that it's kind of sweet. And just to top it off, Nanny then returns with Ralph's cookie, which she apparently just forgot on the counter. And with that, the episode ends with everyone happy as Gonzo goes to see if he has received a Valentine's yet.
This one must be for you.
Aw, for me? Thank you, Gonzo. That's very sweet. Ah! Gonzo, you little bastard! Alright, like I said, I have no nostalgic connection to this show, and I gotta admit that watching a baby cartoon did get kind of grating on occasion. But with that said, I can definitely see why it's so beloved. Some of the more annoying voices aside, I'm sorry, Russie Taylor, I love you, but that just hurts. It's a pretty funny and sweet little show that's bursting with creativity. I would probably have loved it as a kid, but now it's more of a little fun curiosity to me, to be perfectly honest. But I'm never gonna deny that that theme song is amazing. Muppet babies, we make our dreams come true. Now, these two episodes are far from the only Muppets Valentines material out there. There exists a frankly disturbing amount of Sesame Street and Muppets Valentine storybooks, but no way in hell am I gonna go out and look for any of those. These two episodes made for a fun enough experience on their own. Alright, Kermit, I watched both of your videos and you know what? I actually ended up having a really good time. So thank you for showing them to me. Now, do you promise to stop getting weird from here on out? Alright, that's good. Well, with that settled, thanks for watching and have a very happy Valentine's Day. Wait, what's happening? No, there can't be more. I watched both of them. There can't be more.
Well, I'm in love with a big blue frog.
Oh, God damn it, Kermit! Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a comment below and click the like button. Special thanks go, as always, to Eli Cat, Silvermoon Ravenwolf, Warren Miller, and my other patrons for their support. If you'd like to support me too, there are links to my Patreon and Ko-fi pages in the description below, as well as a link to my Discord server, where you're more than welcome to come hang out. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, so you'll be the first to know when new videos come out. See you there, everybody. Bye-bye.